Good morning. My name is Brad Mihalik. I'm an Operations Section Chief with Great Basin Team 3. This is the morning update for August 25th for the Middle Fork Complex. Our complex is has two different fires, the Bulldog Fire and the Nelly Fire. Southwest side of the Bulldog Fire, we've been able to blackline this area, meaning we're feeling really comfortable and calling this area contained. We do still have folks patrolling in the area to ensure it stays in our footprint. And that makes us feel really comfortable about the structures that are just south of this line right here. As we move around to the east side of the Bulldog Fire, this chunk right here that is hung up in the Lightning Creek drainage, we've sent folks in here looking at that. We're not comfortable putting personnel in there just due to its remoteness and the rugged terrain. So we're going to keep this checked up with some Rotoring aircraft over the next few days and just to buy us some time to come up with a better plan there. Continuing up the east side of the Bulldog Fire, this is all hung up in the old rattlesnake burn scar, so this is just moving really slowly through here, and we're monitoring this area. Today we're going to be able to move some crews around up to the north end of the fire, and we're going to start putting in what we call indirect hand line. Indirect means we're putting fire line away from the fire's edge. So we do that because it's not necessary, the terrain or features in here isn't safe for firefighters to go in and work right along the fire's edge. So today we're going to go out here a little bit north of the Nelly Fire, up off what we're calling the 671 road, and we're going to put some indirect fire line out here along the ridge and tie it into a trail system up here. The reason we're doing that is we're not comfortable holding the fire on the 671 road, so we're going to move our line out here onto this ridge and tie it into the trail system, and that's going to prevent the fire from impacting to the north and the west here, specifically this Silver Creek Lodge area. So this indirect line over the days will continue up here and protect this area as one of our values at risk that we're really worried about. Another thing to note, today we are setting up a spike camp up here at the Silver Creek Lodge for the resources that are working on the Bulldog Fire, just to cut down on their travel time back and forth. So that is taking place up there today. Moving down through the town, the communities of Crouch and Garden Valley, we do have what we call a structure protection group in here that consists of a lot of engines and some leadership in here. They're developing a structure protection plan for the communities of Crouch, Garden Valley, and on all the homes along the Highway 17 corridor. So that's what they're going to be doing for the next couple of days, is putting that plan together and ensuring we have a good plan there in the event the fire wants to make a push towards the communities here. We'll go ahead and move over to the Nelly Fire now. The west side of the Nelly Fire. We've been in here for a couple of days trying to scout some line and figure out what kind of options we have in here as far as preventing western progression. So we got a couple of hotshot crews up in here with some heavy equipment, and we're going to put another indirect line down in here off the fire's edge in order to prevent the progression to the west. Down along the highway corridor, this is all looking really good where the fire came down and actually hit the Highway 17. All the structures are looking really good. And actually, we're hoping after the end of shift today, we're actually going to be able to call this contained along the highway corridor. Moving around to the east side of the Nelly Fire, this again is still all hung up in this old Pioneer fire scar along this edge. So what we're doing in here is we're monitoring this with some drones to give us some intel in here to help assist with our plan, making plans for this area. Up on the north end of the Nelly Fire, up near the Deadwood Reservoir, like I said yesterday, this is all looking really good. All the structures, the dam and the infrastructure in here were not damaged from this big push we had a couple of days ago. crews are going to continue mopping up and securing around the structures, and we're also looking at a plan for opening up some old logging roads up in this area to prevent the fire from continuing to progress to the north. And lastly, we are also establishing a spike camp up here at Deadwood Reservoir, so personnel are able to stay here versus driving all the way back to town, which is about a 2.5-hour drive each day. So we're establishing a spike camp up here for crews to sleep and eat overnight.